We got an update of the story of the accidental whistleblower against the Department of Justice, in which Julie Lee, a lawyer who volunteered to go to Minnesota and work on behalf of ICE, ended up confessing in a courtroom to an African-American judge, she being of Asian American descent, that she's worried that her own client, ICE, is committing racial profiling that could even ensnare her own family. That's what she said out loud during a hearing, in which she also said, now infamously, "This job sucks. My workload is too high, and I can't get ICE to communicate with me or comply with your court orders." There is a new battle that's broken out between the Department of Justice, the lawyers, and ICE, the client, and it's spilled out into the open in federal court in Minnesota. And I'm going to cover it here on Midas Touch and on Legal AF. While we got you, take a moment, hit the free subscribe button on Midas Touch, slide over to Legal AF, and help us there as well on our YouTube channel. Let's talk about the accidental whistleblower. A couple of days ago, I reported that Julie Lee, based on a transcript of a hearing in which Judge Blackwell called a conference in order to figure out why in his 5 habeas corpus proceedings, in which he's trying to decide whether somebody should stay or not stay in detention and what the due process should be around that person, why his orders are being defied. He actually said in court, these orders are not advisory. These are federal court orders. And Julie Lee is one of half a dozen people in the Department of Justice's office in Minnesota that have had to try to throw themselves on the mercy of the court, try to beg not to be held in contempt because their clients aren't listening to them. Julie Lee said the quiet part out loud when she said during the hearing, not only does the job suck and the system sucks, but she admitted that she has 80 cases that were dumped on her for habeas corpus, that she stupidly, this is her words, volunteered for the position, having worked for ICE, but in a role at immigration court and not in federal court related to habeas corpus petitions. She admitted that she's not properly trained. And then she said this part out loud, which is not getting enough attention, where she said out loud that she is worried that her own client, ICE, is racially profiling. And that concerns her because she said to the judge, as you can see, Judge, I'm not white. The judge is African-American, by the way, Judge Blackwell. She's Asian American and born in Vietnam, apparently, or from Vietnam. And she's worried about her own family. I mean, the fact that you say that about your own client, as the Department of Justice said, well, it's very unprofessional and unbecoming what she said in court. You got bigger problems. You got bigger problems than that. They are so strapped for talent in the Department of Justice that apparently what